Hi everybody, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to another session on the NABARD Grade A 2025 ARD Current Affairs series, and currently we are covering all the news for the June month, and this is the second part of it, right? And what is the purpose of these videos? So basically, what are the news that are related to ARD can be asked in your NABARD Grade A examination. Not only covering such news which can be asked in the multiple choice question format, but also the ones that you can beautifully use in your descriptive answers, as well as in the interview also it will give you some understanding or some awareness of the surroundings in ARD sector in India that would help you to frame or come up with the better answers. All right, so let's just get started with it. And today we have three important news. The first one is India and Ukraine, they had their first joint working group meeting. So what was the discussion happened, like everything we will talk about it. Then also India is the one of the only 6 countries in the world which has gotten the status of category A for safeguarding rinderpest virus. So what is this? What is this rinderpest virus? What is this category A? Everything we will understand. And finally, Uttar Pradesh to set up research center for their GI tagged Kala Namak rice with IRRI. ठीक है, तो सबको एक एक करके समझेंगे. Let's just first come to the first and very short news also, I would say. So first of all, what is like joint working group? This is nothing but when two groups or two institution or here two countries, they come together to have a discussion on something, right? So such things, you need to understand that currently any country can't develop individually, right? There is a cooperation that needs to be there. And when we say that one country needs to have a cooperation with another country, that not always means to have political reasons, right? That not always means to fight or flight while a situation that we will defend or we will attack any country. No, it's all about, or it's more about having development at the grassroots level as well, right? And that is why countries, they keep on having such sessions. And usually the countries which are allies or which wants to be allies, they come forward towards other sectors, in other sectors, despite or you can say except for defense and everything, to have first that understanding, to have first that coordination among each other. Then these are later things, then when conflicts occur between countries, that which sides to choose, right? But at least initially the countries, they come up with that amicable intention to have development in both the countries. So here India and Ukraine, they came together and they wanted to talk about the agriculture sector, okay? Where Ukraine, they have expressed their interest that they would love to contribute, or they would love to contribute India in developing the food processing industry here in the country. I'm sorry, not defense, but yeah, the agriculture mechanization, right? The machines that are used in agriculture. Ukraine has shown that interest in this joint working group, that we will love to coordinate with India to develop agriculture machineries which can be affordable, which can be to the latest technology that can help the farmer to reach the productivity. Also in digital agriculture, genome editing, right? With the help of genome editing, better varieties can be developed, which are more nourishing, and they are climate resilient, and also they would take less time to get the yield, right? Plant breeding, soil fertility, soil mapping. Okay, soil mapping is also necessary to understand what is the quality and the geographical requirement of that particular land, right? And accordingly then the crops, whatever crops that are suited, that can be grown over there. Okay. So on the one hand, Ukraine showed this their interest in this particular joint working group, and on the other hand, India also, they showcased whatever initiatives we have taken till now about the digital farming tools that we have come up with, climate resilient practices that we are promoting in India via different schemes, risk management, and the what credit related schemes. What are the credit schemes? Just Kisan credit card, for example, where the farmers, they can borrow some loan, and that too much more in an efficient interest rate, and that would be better option for them instead of going to the zamindars in the villages, right? So all these things we also showcased, okay? And all in all, we also talked about the national mission on edible oil and oilseed that we have come up with, national food security mission for pulses, enam, ye aapka digital market hai, right? All these are schemes. If you're getting confused, all these are schemes, missions that have been launched to develop that particular sector. Just oil seeds and oils and oilseed, currently India is it is lacking in much production of oil crops, and we are dependent on the foreign countries. So government has come up with this mission so that we can have our own oil production in India. ENAM is your national agriculture market, and E means electronic, means it's an online portal, so that a farmer who is sitting in north and they are not getting good rate of their crops there, they can pitch their produce, whatever price they feel like is right as per the quality in this enam. And if anybody who is any you can say buyer is living in the south region, if they like that particular amount that has been pitched, they can buy it over there. So it's give enam is like connecting the all the mandis that are all across the India, to give that platform to farmers also, the sellers also, and the buyers also, so that they can get at best rate, best quality, whatever they desire. Okay, तो इन सब बारे में discussion हुआ. Apart from that, discussion was also touched on horticulture, how technology transfer can happen between the two countries in agriculture sector, means between India and Ukraine. Knowledge sharing, right? Because see, there are scientists in Ukraine, there are scientists in India, and they are doing their respective research. It's not necessary that whatever scientists they are doing research in India, there are scientists in Ukraine, they are doing the same research, right? Or vice versa. So when these scientists would come together, they would share their knowledge, they would share the understanding, it becomes easier for do the research, right? So that was also discussed about capacity building, how skill development can happen in agriculture sector research, and how better market access can be provided to the farmers, right? So all these things were discussed on this, and this was about it. There was no conclusion that has come or any agreement that was signed. So it was just the first joint working group meeting sort of thing that has happened in between India and Ukraine, and that was about it, right? Now, second news is a very good one, and I think it's a proud moment for us that India has joined the elite global group for safeguarding rinderpest disease, right? Or virus. First of all, what is this? So basically, rinderpest is a type of virus which used to attack the cattle. So why I'm saying used to, because in 2011 it was eradicated wholly from the world. Okay, this is the second virus after smallpox, which is now being said that it has been eradicated globally, not only just in certain countries but globally. Okay, so rinderpest virus was a very devastating virus because it used to first attack cattle, and then it was so fatal and so wide, means so easily or shortly spread among the other cattle in the herd, that that the farmer used to bear a huge loss because all cattle were dead, right? So it was a very we can say very dangerous virus, right? But then of course the communities, the committees, the stakeholders, the scientists, they worked on it, and finally in 2011 with the vaccinations and everything and all the efforts that could be taken, this in 2011 it's being said that rinderpest virus was eradicated from the globe, right? However, see, you need to understand, when we say eradicated, it means it is now not spread in the among the herd, or it is not present in the air, you can say. Okay, these viruses are not present in the air. But what has happened, many countries, as well as many as around 20 countries, they have preserved this virus in their laboratories. All countries will be having some labs, right, related to research and everything. So around 20 countries had preserved this virus. Now you must be thinking, then how is it eradicated? Again, eradicated means that it is not present in the air, that it can infect any cattle, it means that. Okay, but laboratories have kept that. Why they have kept that? It can be so that research can be done on this virus. Okay, if in future it happens that such bio wars that exist, okay, yeah, मान लो for example by any country leakage has happened by mistake, right? So new vaccinations can be developed because they would have a sample with them to develop vaccinations as per the current the that moment scenario. ठीक है, तो vaccination के लिए भी, and apart from that for the confirmation also. For example, any new virus has now been observed but having the same symptoms, so the scientists, they can do cross checking from that sample, that is it again the rinderpest virus or any new virus has been emerged, right? So for these XYZ reasons, there are labs and there are countries who have preserved this virus. Okay, but what the World Organization on Animal Health, they have said, okay, the WOH is the World Organization for Animal Health. Okay, and what they have said, that okay, if you want to all the countries, if you want to keep the virus, there are like three things that you can do. Okay, one thing we will give you the certification. Okay, we will give you the certification, and this certification will tells that your lab is so biosafe that the virus cannot just get leak from it, right? So either you get that certification. The first case is this, okay, that if you think that your labs are so biosafe that you apply for certification and we will give you, okay. And what certification we will give you? The certification name is category A Rinderpest holding facility. So this is the first option WOAH has given. Second, they have given what you can do. You can, to your whatever ally countries you feel like or wherever you want to keep, you can keep your samples in those category A Rinderpest holding facility. So what they have said, that either you apply for certification, or if you don't meet the needs that are actually required to give yourself the certification, you can keep your samples in the category A Rinderpest holding facilities. And whenever such scenarios come, or maybe if you want to do research, your scientists can go to the category A countries, they can do their research and everything. Okay. And third option, the WOH has given that if you feel like your labs are not safe, then you have to destroy your samples, right? Because it might get leaked, and then again this it can spread into the air, right? So they were given three options. We applied for it and we have gotten this category A certification. Means our labs are so biosecured, we have such high standards that we can keep this rinderpest virus in our lab. Okay. So which lab has been given? ICAR की NIHSAD है, lab है भोपाल में, उसको दिया गया है. ठीक है. And we are now only among the 6 such countries which of which lab is considered worldwide safe for rinderpest virus. ठीक है. बाकी कौन सी आपकी? यूके, यूएसए, फ्रांस, जापान एंड एथियोपिया. अभी इन्हीं पे है ये कैटेगरी ए का सर्टिफिकेशन. एंड नाउ वी आर द 6th वन. वी हैव रिसेंटली अर्न दिस इन मार्च 2025. मतलब चेकिंग हुई थी बाय FAO and WOAH in March 2025, and now we have gotten the certification. Okay. So that was the second news. So it means what? It means that at international level it improves our position, that the showing the trust on us, that we have we can be trusted with such harmful or hazardous viruses. Okay. Third है news, UP Uttar Pradesh to set up research center for GI tag काला नमक rice with IRRI. ठीक है. आपके इंडियन इंटरनेशनल राइस रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट और यूपी कोलैबोरेशन कर रहे हैं टू सेट अप दिस सेंटर. ठीक है. इन सिद्धार्थनगर डिस्ट्रिक्ट. किसके लिए? काला नमक राइस. अब काला नमक राइस क्या है? यू ऑल नो राइस. ठीक है. राइस हैव डिफरेंट वेराइटीज. काला नमक इज a non basmati variety. ठीक है. which looks something like this. So why it is काला नमक? Because the husk usually which is brown, it is like black in color, and then when you mill it, उसके बाद ये white हो जाता है, right? But it has a lot of nutrient value देन द नॉर्मल राइस. जो आपका कॉमन राइस होता है उससे बहुत ज्यादा इसकी न्यूट्रिएंट वैल्यू होता है, एंड इसका बहुत ज्यादा प्रीमियम क्वालिटी होती है, एरोमा अच्छा होता है. ठीक है. एंड इट हैज ऑल्सो लाइक लास्ट ईयर ओनली इट हैज गॉटन GI टैग ऑल्सो. ठीक है. देखो, जिनको जियोग्राफिकल इंडिकेशन टैग मिलता है, इट मीन्स दैट इट इज नेटिव टू दैट पर्टिकुलर प्लेस, एंड वेन एवर एनी कमोडिटी गेट्स अ GI टैग, इट्स वैल्यू ऑटोमेटिकली increases. For example, and most common example I give to whenever I talk about this is, for example, when you say petha, now that's a simple thing, but when you say Agra ka petha, now it's a distinguished thing, right? It's a different thing. So that is what is being what is the use of GI tag, right? तो यहाँ पे काला नमक को GI tag मिला है, तो it has its value. So UP, what Uttar Pradesh government is trying to do, they want to now work more on kala namak rice, because now it has gotten GI tag. So at national international level it wants to establish its market, right? And also to enhance cultivation, right? Revive cultivation area in the Uttar Pradesh region from normal rice, that is now to increase that area also, because then production will be more, export will be more. And this research center will do what? It will focus on developing pest resistant varieties, good quality seeds, ठीक है, so that it can support the farmers, and export of it can also be increased. ठीक है. And if you look at the historic importance of this, kala namak rice is also known as Buddha rice. So basically it's been said that when Lord Buddha, they came to the UP region, ठीक है, for the enlightenment, for when he used to give the speeches and everything, right? So at that time, to for him, people, the farmers, they grew rice in that region. Initially, rice did not used to grow in that region, but to feed him and his disciples, the rice was grown, and it was very different. Like that's why the name Kala Namak, because it's different from the rest of the crops, right? So it's said to be significance, right? That it was miracle of Buddha and everything. So with that concept, historical significance में ये चीज आई थी, ठीक है? So that is all in today's session. Let's do some question. Which Indian institute were recently designated as a category A render-based holding facilities? ठीक है, कौन सा था? If you look at the option, you can pause and then try to answer. But here option number C, NIH SAD is the correct answer, right? Second is, which of the following countries is not part of the global elite group of labs holding random-based virus samples? मतलब क्या है कि category A किसको नहीं मिला है? As I already told you, there are 20 countries around which have the samples, but that's not been certified by WOAH, right? Only 6 are there, and out of the following options, Russia is not that till in the elite group. Although they hold the samples, but they have not, they are not part of category A. Where is the new research center for Kala Namak GI rice being set up in collaboration with IRRI? ठीक है, तो ये कहाँ पे है आपका? सिद्धार्थनगर डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफ यूपी, उत्तर प्रदेश. Fourth, what is the primary objective of setting up research center? का क्या primary objective है? You can pause, read off the options and try to answer it. The correct answer is option number C, to improve seed quality and promote export. Now this is the last question. Historic significance क्या है काला नमक राइस की? This is the homework for you all, and these are the toppers of the last session. Akshita and Pawan said the right answer. Then Aarti said the right answer. Welcome Aarti. Then Sheila said the right answer. Neena said the right answer. Then we have Sujit Krishna saying the right answer. Suresh said the right answer. Thank you Suresh. Then we have Imlia, I think. Said the right answer. Then we have Anirudh. Thank you so much, Anirudh. Yes, I will continue. And Piyush said the right answer. And welcome, Piyush. Right. So these are the toppers, and that is all in this video. If you like the video, do let me know in the comment section and answer the homework questions. All the very best for your examination, and thank you.